sort of two questions, real quick. One, I've always been insatiably curious if you could shed any light on the switch from Carrie Hatch to John Avila in Oingo Boingo, like why did that happen? And then also, the second part is, if it's not incredibly common, you get kids or something, I don't know. And then the other thing is, is there any possibility of any Oingo Boingo reissues, remasters, B-sides?
I can't answer the first question because I don't remember. I have no idea. You got to remember, between the Mystic Knights, which went for like almost 8 years, I think we had probably almost 25 different players go through there, and in Oingo Boingo, there was a lot of players in the beginning, leading to what finally ended up being a more stable group. And I can't tell you, other than I was used to every 2 years somebody leaving and somebody else coming in, and it was just kind of normal for me at that period still. Reissues, I don't know. It's not up to me. It's like if anybody remasters or reissue stuff. And unfortunately, I mean, we pretty much released every tune we recorded, so there's no treasure chest of unrecorded tunes. Not like Jimi Hendrix, where they're still coming up with unreleased stuff. So I don't know whether that's ever gonna. I don't know. Sorry. Thank you. Two I don't knows. Two big confident I don't knows.
Okay, so my question was, out of everything, like in your band, Oingo Boingo, and all the movies that you've done, what is your favorite song?
That's also a hard one because I tend to hate every song I've written as soon as I've written it really quickly, and I never want to hear them again. So I've always been a little bit kind of pathological that way. I didn't save tapes, I didn't save my own records. I never listened to any of my own soundtracks until I had to do compilations or do something with it. So I'm very weird about ever listening to anything I've ever done. If I had to pick a song that sticks with me, that's like picking a favorite movie or a favorite score, but maybe I'd have to say Jack's Lament.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, I'd just like to say thank you for coming today and gracing us with your presence. And I wanted to ask you that when you're composing, do the notes and phrases have a certain color or smell or flavor to them in your mind, or do you go for more of the feeling?
Well, if there was a taste or flavor with the notes, they'd all be bitter. Fortunately, I don't have a highly evolved taste that way. No, I don't really have any association. I mean, I know I've read that people do see colors and taste things when they hear or see notes, but I don't see anything. It's just gray out there, and I'm searching. It's more like digging in mud, looking for precious stones, or then settling for anything you can find that's solid at all. Nice.
So, simple question. I was wondering, what is your favorite instrument?
I always considered myself more of a percussion person than anything else, even though I played guitar on the Boingo for years, and I write on a piano. But percussion was always my first love. I traveled around the world collecting percussion instruments, and those are the things that I still play now. Is lots of mallet instruments and all kinds of drums. So crazy percussion, that would be my favorite.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I agree.
I just wanted to say that you've been a great influence and great source of enjoyment of your family, the Boingo, and the great Halloween concerts we did every year. And your musical scores, because of the point of influence when I first got to.
Oh.
I just want to say thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
question, I just want to say I have the utmost respect for you. Your music is both beautiful and inspiring. And my dad believes, and I agree to a great extent, that the Batman soundtrack that you wrote is quite possibly the greatest soundtrack ever written for a film. Of course. My question is, when you were in Oingo Boingo, there was a very peculiar song you had called Little Girls. And I was just wondering what made you want to have that as a published song with a music video. That's all.
What made me write it? I mean, at that point I was just like grabbing onto things anything that popped up into my head, and I was always taking characters and singing from the point of view of a character. So whether it be, kind of right-wing guy talking about capitalism, or the kind of feisty little girl quasi-molester. I mean, these were just things I thought were funny or interesting, and I would just kind of jump into the skin of, and often things I wrote were actually motivated just by nothing but the newspaper. I'd read an article and I'd kind of be thinking about something, and I'd write a song from that perspective. So it didn't necessarily reflect me. But, it was just fun, and I knew it was irreverent, and I was out to offend everybody when I started. So actually, any subject matter I could find that would be offensive, I was embracing. So that was just one. You're welcome.
Before we take the next question, I just want to remind people, if you want more information about this upcoming release, you can go to burdenelfman.com and sign up for more information. And speaking of Batman, the complete score to Batman has been put out by La La Land Records. They're at booth 429.